Today we're going to be creating our own version of Starry Night. The first thing you're going to do, like we always do, is write your name. Then you are going to add the letter for the day of the week. If you're here on Monday, you add an M, Tuesday, T, Wednesday, a W, Thursday, TH, and an F for Friday. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our star and our moons. We are going to use oil pastels. You'll notice each color has its own space. I'm going to use yellow first. I'm going to draw my moon. I'm doing a crescent moon, but you can do a full or a half moon as well. Notice how I press hard. You don't want it to be too light. You want it nice and dark. So make sure you press hard as you color in your shapes. There are different ways you can do a star. You can make your star have points, just like I'm doing here. Make sure to color it all the way in. Or you can do your stars at circles. Those are more realistic looking stars. This type is the shape star, but the circles look more like a realistic star in our sky. Now we want to make it look like our stars are glowing, like they're shining in the night sky. So I'm going to add little lines going around. Notice how I even add in some orange. Last I'm going to do with my oil pastels is I'm going to use the white to make some wind swirls. Again, I'm going to press hard and I'm going to make a swirl or spiral, just like that shape. Now, we can't see it right now, but when we add paint on top later, we will be able to see the swirls of that wind. There we have our stars and moons that are shining in the sky. Now it's time for us to paint that sky. We are going to be using the blues and the purple, not the greens. We are doing nighttime sky, so it can be darker. We're going to need water to help our paints work. We need to activate them. I hold my paintbrush where the metal and the wood meet. I get water on my brush, and then I'm going to touch that paint. If you just touch it a little, it'll be a lighter color. You'll notice I swirl my brush around in it. Then I'm going to do little strokes, not long lines, short little lines, just like Vincent van Gogh does. I can have those lines be close together and I can keep painting until there is no more paint on my brush. Once I finish with one color, I can mix in and add other colors. Whenever we use another color, we always clean our brush. Press, press, turn, press, press, turn. Then we're going to wipe it on the lip so it doesn't drip. No tapping those paintbrushes. We don't want that water or that paint to splatter on our artwork or anyone else's. Here I'm adding more little brush strokes, those little bitty lines, and I'm filling in those white spaces because it is a nighttime sky, so we shouldn't see that light white color peeking through. I'm going to keep adding little strokes and more layers of color. I'm using all my blues and even adding in some of that purple to make the nighttime sky look darker. The more I swirl the brush in the paint, the darker the color will be. There we have our Starry Night painting. Now I can pick it up and bring it to the drying rack.